Mr. Wells, now what's going on here? What are we doing?
This is our Food for Friendship drive for clothing, food, and canned goods for the Batesville union people who have been out on strike since June 1st. This is just the third of a series of programs from all over the state, which is being sponsored and coordinated by Farm Labor Small Business Council in cooperation with all of the unions, the Teamsters, all the AFL-CIO, the UAWs, and programs like that, organizations like that throughout the state of Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, and Kentucky.
All right, now what local unions are participating in this?
Well, basically the AFL-CIO unions in Delaware County in conjunction with the UAW unions. Now, we had a meeting about 3 weeks ago to start planning, and last Wednesday we chose our target date of October the 12th. Joe Louks and Wayne Hodson were chosen to serve on a committee to formulate the plans for this.
All right, now, Mr. Louks, how do you get the goods here, the canned goods and the clothing? Are these donated, or do you pay for them, or where do they come from?
These are contributed by the various organizations who are cooperating in the effort, either in monetary contributions or even right down to donation of usable clothing, food items that's of a non-perishable nature, which can be transported and which aren't subject to breakage. They will be either cased when we receive them or cased here, ready for transit to Batesville.
Do you have a fund set up for this, similar to a strike fund, or when the situation arises, then do you make plans to do this kind of thing?
These are all solicited on a spontaneous nature, more or less, for whatever effort we happen to be working on at the present time. This isn't the first program such as this one. They're becoming more successful as we go along. Each organization has, for the most part, its own method which seems to work the best for them, and they run pretty much the gamut of any number of different ways to raise the money. Our local, for instance, takes plant gate money contributions from our membership. Many others have successful canned food drives, for instance. Others make treasury contributions, and individual members then are urged to expand upon that a little bit and bring in food items if possible and clothing items to the union hall.
Now, did the union in Batesville request this help, or is this something that was initiated here in Muncie?
Well, basically, this again was a spontaneous effort. There was a letter sent out from this international union requesting aid from the state AFL-CIO, who in turn sent a letter to all their local unions affiliated throughout the state of Indiana, plus the Farm Labor Small Business Council watches these type of situations develop, and when such a situation develops, they do some investigation and determine whether or not they can take part. And I think UAW has been notified also the same manner in which the AFL-CIO has. And this is also being taken on by the national AFL-CIO as a group that is really in need, and they're requesting aid from local unions throughout the United States.